So here's where we are at. I need you guys to start off by writing your pronouns. Remember, subject pronouns replace or identify subjects of a sentence or the person who does the action. Example, Maria eats cookies. We're going to place Maria with she. So I'll start you guys off with yo. Go ahead and write them in. And of course we have tú and él and ella and usted and nosotros versus and nosotras, vosotros, vosotras, ellos, ellas, and then ustedes. And then, so we can talk about the people doing it, but the one thing we could say that we have to do something. We know how to say that. We can say that I like something. But what we're really missing is to talk about people and to talk about the actions people do. You need verbs. So we've already seen a lot of verbs. We've seen bailar, we've seen comprar, but we haven't really seen them used in action attached to a subject. So that's what this is all about. So how do you conjugate a verb? The first thing you're doing is you're going to cut it off. So you have, for example, the verb bailar. So this is called anatomy of a verb. Anatomy, I can't spell today, of a verb. This whole thing is called the infinitive. The whole verb. Then we have the ending, which is the AR. Everything before the AR is called the stem. So I'm going to label this ending is the AR, and then everything before the bail is the stem. So we're going to be using this because every time we conjugate something, we chop off the ending, the AR, and then we're left with what's called the stem. So, and then you have to add the endings. Go ahead and take your other color, and these are your AR verb endings. So if you think about it, what do verbs usually end in? For yo, we've had tengo, for example. I've told you guys before that the to form always ends in S, and this is an AR verb. So we've got as. Typically, we'll just chop off the S for this one and get, for example, a. You guys have probably noticed that like somos, tenemos, the nosotros form always ends in S. I'm sorry, mos. So we've got amos. If you think about the vosotros from tener, tenéis, we've got EIS, but this is an AR verb, so we're going to take an AIS. Because it's an AR verb, this has an accent over the A, ice. And then if you think about son, tienen, the eos form always ends in an N, an. So these are the AR verb endings. This is what all regular AR verbs, these will be the endings. So I'm going to teach you guys a brand new verb, and I want you guys to copy it along with me. My new verb is the verb bublar. Bublar, B-U-B-L-A-R. What type of verb is it? Well, let's look at the ending. It's an AR verb, as opposed to an ER verb or an IR verb, which we'll learn later. The stem, remember I said everything before the AR is the stem. So I like to box that off like you see here. So the stem is bubble. What does it mean? What do you guys think it means? To bubble, of course. What else would bublar mean? And then now we're going to conjugate it. So the verb again we're conjugating. Come on up here with me. Where we're at. We just finished putting in the endings and the video got a little messed up, but you're going to basically say what they mean in English. I bubble. Tu bublas is you bubble. El, ella, usted is he or she or you formal bubbles. Nosotros bublamos, we bubble. Vosotros bubláis, like you all in Spain, bubble. And then ellos, ellas, ustedes is they or y'all, bubble. So here's again what we're doing. We're taking the stem and then we're attaching the endings to the stem and then we're saying what it means in English. So here's the kicker. Bublar is not even a verb. I made it up just so that you could see the patterns of how this works. So you guys need to make your own creative verb. Second hour did this in class. Sixth hour I kind of started it and explained it, but a lot of people were gone because of the snow day. So let me just give an example of one somebody did second hour, and then you can't use this one. You need to make your own AR verb. So the verb that I'll do from second hour is somebody used The verb, fartar. So the stem of it, part B, what is the stem? That's everything before the AR, so it's fart. What does it mean? They said it meant to fart. And these can be nonsense, but again, it needs to end in AR, I'm sorry. So how do you conjugate it? We're going to fill in this chart below. And I'm going to use my two colors. So I've got yo, I'm going to put that stem throughout the entire thing. And again, don't copy this down. You're making your own. I'm just giving an example of how this would work. So I've done my stem. Yo farto, tú fartas, él usted farta, nosotros fartamos, fartáis, fartan. And then you'll go and take your other color and write them in English, like I fart, you fart, and so on and so forth. So if you flip to the back, and you'll need to complete this on your own with your own creative verb, on the back it says, please tell me about some people fartaring and tell me what it means. So for example, yo, and again, don't forget to use two colors, farto, bien. I fart well. Next example, to fart, don't forget to switch colors, as, muy bien. I fart really, or you fart really well. On the bottom, it says, how do you say somebody doesn't do something? Just put no before the verb. So no hablo mucho, I don't talk a lot. Ellos no cantan, they don't sing. So tell people about them not fartaring. So for example, yo no, actually I'll skip to number 3. Él no farta malo. He doesn't fart badly, something. Okay, moving on to the next side. How do I talk about what other people do when using names? So you have to use 4 different forms of your verb. So I could say, for example, I did some examples from 6th hour earlier. I said Christian farta, notice I used 2 colors, mucho. Oliver y Alex fartan todos los días, and tell me how often they do it. It says, how do I ask a yes or no question about whether people do something? Hablas mucho, do you talk a lot? So the example for this verb would be fartas tú mucho, do you fart a lot? And then you have to write an informal version of that. I'm sorry. Farta usted mucho, do you formal, fart a lot? And then down at the bottom we're doing some real verbs. So we're done with the fake verbs now. Yo necesitar. So I'm going to cross off my AR. Necesito, for example. So you're going to do those. Ellos, I'll do one more example. And then we're going to drop the AR. Hablan, because that's the ending that goes with ellos. So that's how you're going to do this creative verb. This is the sheet that is due tomorrow, no matter what, snow day or not. This is due tomorrow, both sides, the whole thing, using 2 different colors. If we have a snow day on tomorrow, on Thursday, no matter what, doesn't matter. This sheet's due Friday, so this is Thursday's homework, regardless of whether or not we have school. I want you to start on this side, and you need to have 2 different colors again. So again, I'm going to do my pronouns, yo, and so on and so forth. And then I'm going to rewrite my verb endings, o, as, and so on and so forth. Do those. When you do a verb chart, you always need to say what something means. So tomar, for example, means to take. It also means to drink. Probably means a bunch of other stuff too. And then again, I like to box off my stem. So I've got tome, 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 and then I'm going to take my second color and do those endings. So tomo, tomas, toma, tomamos, tomais, don't forget that accent, toman. And you're going to do this for the whole side of this paper. It's repetitive, but I think you'll be really good at it by the end of it, so I don't mind the repetition. If you flip to the back, this is also due. It looks like a lot, but it's really not that bad. It's just a lot of pen flipping. So she sings. How do I say sings? We've got ella and we've got the verb cantar. So the AR is going to get dropped off, that would be here. And I'm going to put the ending that I would use for ella. So canta. I rest. Yo it'd be descansar, but I'm not going to put the AR. So descanso. One more example. They feminine swim. Ellas it'd usually be nadar, but I'm going to do my ending for ellas, nadan. And you're going to do that for all of them. So this sheet is due Friday. This sheet is due tomorrow, which is Thursday, no matter what. Don't forget to use 2 colors. Rock it out.